Hi everyone, this is Micah. So just recently we had a big snowstorm across the United States, and especially in the Philadelphia area. And with a big snowstorm comes lots of snow, and with lots of snow comes stuck vehicles. And my vehicle got stuck in the snow and was covered in snow. I had two of our youth group vans stuck in the snow, covered in snow. And so that means that I had to go out, grab a shovel all the snow off of the vans and get them unstuck. And I remember in the beginning, I thought like, man, I could just put my coat on, grab a shovel, run outside, and everything would be fine. I definitely learned the hard way in this scenario, right? I didn't have gloves, I didn't have a hat, I had boots on, not warm socks, and right away, probably within 5-10 minutes, I was freezing. So I ran back inside and was sitting inside shivering, and I didn't want to go back out, but I had to find my snow pants and my snow coat and everything, my gloves, my hats, all those things. And I couldn't help but think about the 40 martyrs of Sebaste, right? The soldiers who died for their faith on a frozen lake. And I couldn't help but think about like, man, they froze to death for their faith. And here I am, I can't even push myself to go outside to go shovel a bunch of vehicles that benefit me, right? And I was like, man, can I even like die for my faith in that way? And the answer is I don't know, right? But there's a lot of bravery involved, courage involved, and also faith involved when it comes to us sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I even found myself having doubts and fears when it comes to sharing the gospel in times, right? And I think it does begin with fear, right? Me personally, and I'm sure other people have also felt this way. It's like fear of being ridiculed, fear of losing friends, fear of people looking at you weird or thinking that you're maybe even outcasting you, right? Like there's a lot of individuals these days who support the Catholic Church and its teachings in the gospel, and there's a lot of individuals these days who don't. And so like there is that certain fear of being outcasted because for our faith because we're supposed to be so outspoken, right? And with that fear, I've also found that creates doubt, right? Like doubt, man, Lord, I'm Catholic, I'm your missionary, I do all these things, you're called me to do this, and yet, and you've said that you're gonna be there with me when I'm preaching, yet I'm scared and I don't really want to do it, and I don't, you say you're there, but I don't feel you sometimes, like I don't see you with me, so like maybe you're not there with me when I'm preaching or talking to someone about the gospel, right? Or sharing the good news, and that fear and doubt combined together creates inaction, right? In the end, that creates like I'll push it off. I'll talk to this kid about Jesus a different time, or I'll write my talk and give it next week, or you know what, I just won't even do it. I don't feel comfortable. Whatever it is, fear and doubt together combined creates inaction, right? And we know as Christians, as Catholics, that Christ is calling us to go out and share the good news. But that doesn't mean everyone who's called to share the good news doesn't have fear and doubt. Like we look in the Bible, even the apostles had fear and doubt, right? If we look at Matthew 28, verse 17 through 20, it's very clear here. Verse 17, it says, when they saw him, they worshiped him, but some doubted. So they saw Jesus resurrect from the dead. They see him in front of them, and they still have doubts, right? It goes on to say, then Jesus came to them and said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And I am with you always to the very end of the age. So even the apostles had doubts. Even the first Peter, the first pope, the first leaders of the Catholic Church, even they had doubts and fears. But Jesus is very clear, right? I will be with you until the end of the age. right? So no matter what fear we have, no matter what doubt we have, no matter what turmoils we may fear or we may feel as we go and share the gospel and spread the good news to people around us and be the Lord's missionary, we have to always remember that Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit is always with us every step of the way. And I always tell people this: if there's any doubt or if there's any confusion, as you're talking to someone about the Catholic faith or as you're talking about somebody about the gospel, um, I just encourage them to start praying, whether it's in their head or out loud with that individual. It's like, "Come, Holy Spirit, guide me. Come, Holy Spirit, guide me. Come, Holy Spirit, guide me." Thanks, guys. I hope this week you can use that tip if you find yourself spreading the gospel. And yeah, thank you for your time. God bless.